Now, I'm going to show you some of the commands that you need after creating your replica set. If you remember, we created this replica set object. I'm going to show you what you need in order to maintain this replica set. First of all, when you want to view the status of your replica set, this is a very important command that you need. You are going to use the kubectl get replica set. This is going to show you the replica set that you got. Here you can see the statuses. You can see this the desired is 5 because we created five of them replica sets. The current means that it's showing you how many pods that exist. And then the ready status showed you how many pods that are ready. So sometimes you might have 5 pods and you realize that only a few of them or some of them that are ready and some of them are still not ready. So this is the command you run for quick health check replica sets. So if sometimes the desired, for instance, is less than the current, it might be that the replica set is still reconciling. Sometimes you might have several replica sets and you want to see the status of one specific replica set. In that case, what you need to do is to name the replica set that you want to view. For instance, you could use the command kubectl get replica sets. Then you have to name the replica set which you want to view. In this case, we have only one replica set anyway. So what you need to do in case you have more is to name the replica set exactly, the exact replica set that you want to see. So in this case, it gives you the same information as what we saw earlier, because in this case, we've got only one replica set. Another very important command is to get more detailed information about your replica set. In that case, what you need to use is the describe command. So we type describe, then replica set. Now you can see far more details. You can see the selectors, you can see the template. So this is far more detailed. You can see the status of the pods. Here you can see that we've got 5 current, 5 desired. None is waiting. All of them succeeded and none failed. This is a really very important command to use to find out the status of the replica set that you're working with. The template is there. Another important place to look is in case you are troubleshooting your replica set would be the events status. So here you can see the status of each and every pod that we've got. So just save this very command. It's very useful during troubleshooting. Now I'm going to show you another very, very important command in case maybe you want to scale your replica set. For instance, we've got 5 pods here, maybe or 5 replica sets, for example. We might want to scale it to 10. There is something very important to understand about this very command. I'm going to explain that to you now. So you use the scale command, rs, then the name of the replica set. The name of the replica set, then we have to replicas. We want to increase replicas. We want to increase our replicas to 10. We already have 5, but we want them to be 10. So one important thing about this command is that you don't just increase, for instance, if you wanted 10 to add 5, If you did that, it will remain five. You will still have 5 replica sets. So because you want to increase from 5 to 10, so what you do is you scale to 10. Now we can hit enter. Now it says that our replica set has been scaled. So if we try to get our replica sets again, let's see. As you can see now, we've got 10 replicas, 10 replicas. So this is how you can scale your replica sets. If you want to scale down, for example, let's say now we've got 10, but we want to scale to 3. We want only 3. Then to scale your replica sets uh, from 10 to 3, so you just change it to 3. Now we hit enter, it's scaled. Now let us view what we've got now. Now you see we've got only 3 replicas. So this is how you can scale your replicas. So this is very important in high availability deployment. If Anyway, even though I had already said that in normal production environment, you don't typically use replica sets objects. Instead, you use deployments. We already have some videos related to the deployments, but we are going to come back to that soon. What I want to do, I still want to keep this to 10. So let me scale it back to 10. Another important command that you might want is to watch the scaling go live. When you are scaling, you want to watch it live. So in that case, the command you want to use would be, the command you want to use in that case will be kubectl get rs, then the name of the nginx standalone, the name of this replica set. So -w. So usually sometimes when you want to view the scaling live, oh, let me see. I think there was a mistake. nginx standalone. Okay, something is missing. Standalone. So sometimes when you are scaling and you want to watch it live, so this is the command that you will typically use. So you will see the scaling go live. But from what we can see, it's already scaled. But this is a very important command that you need to be aware of. So let me stop it. Now that we have seen the commands that we need to work with our replica sets, now let's go back to the pods that that are in the replica sets and work with them. So the commands that you can use with the pods, for example, one of the most important commands would be kubectl get pods, because now we want to list all the pods that are associated with our replica sets. Our label is called nginx rs. When you use this command, it's going to list all the pods that you've got in your replica sets. So this is very important command. As you can see, we now have you can see the statuses of the pods. When they were created, if they've been restarted, if you can see the status. Here we are lucky, our hours are all running. They are all ready. Now, we are going to use a another important command which we could use to kind of get more information about the pods that are associated to the replica sets. In that case, we can use kubectl and then describe. If you remember, we used this describe command with our replica set itself earlier, but now we want to use it against our pods. So we can use the label again, nginx rs. So we are going to get the description of the pod that we created, of the pods. Here you can see all the necessary information bit by bit of the pods that we have in this very replica set. So this command is very useful when you are troubleshooting to know where any issue lies as it relates to the pods that are in this very replica set. So you can see information about each and every one of the pods. So it's a very, very important command to keep in case you're troubleshooting your pods. So bear that in mind. So those commands you use when you are like so these commands you use when you are having when you want to see, like I said, the status of the pods. When you are having scheduling issues or when you are experiencing container failure, this is, or when maybe a container is in a, or a pod is in a is stuck or crashing. So you can use this very command to find out exactly what is going on. Now, let us get to one of the reasons this very Kubernetes is one of the tools that is very useful in DevOps, and that is very useful when we speak of high availability, which is the fact that we can delete all the pods that we've got here. For example, let me show you some examples. kubectl get pods. Nginx rs. Remember, when we use this very command, it gives us the list of all the pods that we've got. If possible, just take a mental note of the names of the pods that we got here. So what we are going to do now is to delete these pods. We are going to delete them, and then we are going to find that they will be recreated by Kubernetes. Now, let us wait. Let me make some give some space so that this will be more clearer to us. So what I want us to do now is to delete the pods. So when you hear of self-healing, when it comes to Kubernetes, this is what it is all about, which is the fact that when you delete the pods as we are currently doing, it's going to recreate itself, right? So when you hear about high availability, when you hear about self-healing, this is what it is all about. As you can see, we've got new pods. The reason I said earlier that if possible, you could take mental note of the pods is that now you can take a look at the names of the pods. So you are going to see that they've got different names. Can you observe that? So this is self-healing at work. So just like I said earlier, this is one of the commands that you need to kind of try to remember. It's very useful. Now let me clear the screen. What we can do again, or one of the commands I want us to try is if you are experiencing any error, for example, and you want to see logs from all the pods, you could use a kubectl again, then logs. If you remember, we used this command earlier, some or similar command earlier, as it relates to the replica set itself. Nginx rs. So we can view the logs related to see the logs related to all the pods. You see? So this is like the steps that took place with what we just did earlier. So if you are working with Kubernetes, there are so many ways you could troubleshoot any pod or any replica set related issues. What I want us to try now is to exec into one of the pods. For example, let me get this. We are going to log into this very pod. So how do you do that? We use our, or let me clear this screen first. To do this, we use our favorite command again, kubectl exec. Then we can use it in an interactive mode. Then the name of the pod, which I just copied now. Now that we have the name of the pod, then let's say bin bash. So usually sometimes you want to log into the command, into one of the pods, for example, to troubleshoot that or to work with that very single pod. So this is usually the command that you need. Now look at the prompt. We are now inside of that very that very pod. So you can troubleshoot from here. You can inspect the files. For example, first of all, let me try this. Let's see what we can find. Look at that. You can see all the necessary files and folders that are inside of that very pod, which you can work with. So if you want to debug your configuration, for example, that is the command that you might want to use. What if you wanted to get more details about the pods? I'm going to show you another important command. Here we could use again kubectl get pods nginx rs. Then you could add -0, O, not 0, but O, as in the letter O. Then wide. This is an important command that is going to give you more details related to the pod. For example, just compare that very command. Just compare that command to this command. So this very one is going to give you limited information about the pod. So here now you can see, including the IP addresses of the pods. You can see the node where they belong. You can see like the nominated node readiness, but this part of the this information is not necessary at this very moment. Instead, what I wanted to show you is how you can get more details about the pods that you have in your RS. So now let us check our file. That's the file we use to do all these tutorials that we just did now. And I hope this very tutorial has been helpful to you. If so, I want you to please subscribe to my channel, to like and share so that I can make more tutorials like this for you. As time goes on, we are going to also work with deployments because